right, back again. So we're going to go open up our blank Google slide. Let's get to there. And like always, it has this click to add title and click to add subtitle. Still loading. Just want to make sure you select on that and get that off of there. And then for this one, all we need is this one slide to start with. And this is just to set up our city. What makes our cities different is going to be, or what makes it different from easy and the normal is going to be how much detail we put in. But let's get over here to this rectangle tool. And this is going to be our sky. The sky has to take up the whole background. So that is that. So I'm going to take the outline off, even though it doesn't really matter for this one. And I want this sky to be like a gradient. So it's going to go from hopefully from a dark blue to a very light blue or white. Let's say custom. And I'm going to say where it's dark. Let's put blue and light. Let's just say white. Let's see what that looks like. So it's the wrong way. So let's switch that. Go back to custom. Well, you know what? Oh, it says rotate with Chanel. So I'm just going to say I have the white. Let's make that dark blue, like this blue, and then this is going to be white. There we go. Match. There we are. So now I got my sky, and that's pretty much it for that. And then I will just go and start making my buildings. So for buildings, there's two ways to do this. You can just go and get the rectangle tool and, just build your buildings this way. I don't know what's going on here, but there you go. You can build them that way. I feel like that is going to take that takes a long time. So the easiest way to do this is, at least to me, you might feel otherwise, is to go where it's that, go to our line tool, and we're going to select a new tool here. So hit the little arrow next to the line tool, and then we're going to select the polyline line tool. Select that, and then this will be our first layer of city. You at minimum want to have at least two. So for this first layer, you're going to click, hold shift. You want to hold shift the whole time. So it's going to make sure your lines are straight. And then now I'm going to start making my rectangles with this polyline. So what you do with this is you click it, and then it keeps making a continuous line. So click, then I can click again, then I move, then I can click again, click again, just like this. And just keep on going. And it's probably hard to see because my background is blue, but remember that buildings are just rectangles, and these buildings are going to be covered up by another set of buildings. So I don't need them to be absolutely perfect. I just need them to look like buildings. And I'm clicking every time I want to turn a different direction. You might want to do it a little bit different. What you do want to try to do is make sure you don't click too close. If you click too close together, this is going to stop drawing per se, and you'll have to start over. So try to make sure you move far enough apart. I know you might want small buildings or narrow buildings, but make wider buildings at first, and then when you want to come back and add detail, you can add your more narrow style buildings. Because this tool can be frustrating if you have to keep starting over, So just try to throw some buildings on here. I mean, you don't want to throw them on here, not here. but you don't want to spend so much time making this initial set because you want to spend more time in the detail. Right, so now I went all the way across, so now I cannot worry so much. So on the outside where I know nobody can see, it can be a little bit more sloppy. Just go fast, connect. It's going to give me a color. I don't want that color, so I'm going to go change the color. Let's go for something very light. It's almost matching with our background. Can't do that. So I can do gray since they're going to be buildings for this color. I mean, the colors are going to be up to you, so you can choose. I can also do a gradient since I'm doing gray. So I can so I can go back here and select gradients and say new. That's a little bit too dark. Select that one here. And that. And I think that worked. That's like the same. Let's try that one more time. Tad dark. Well, let's leave it like that. And then I have to make another set. You know, there is an easy way you can make another set. You could just Control C, and Control V. And then I'll have two, but then it's going to be identical. So you might want to flip it so you can say right click and then go to where it says rotate. And then instead of rotating it, you can just say flip horizontally. Then it's like the opposite. That's a way to do that. And maybe you can shrink these ones or squish them down. You know, and now they look totally different. Not totally different, but they don't look exactly the same. That's for sure. And then let's get these ones a little bit darker. Let's just do a solid on this one. Let's just say dark gray. So now I have two sets of buildings. And maybe for my third set, I can go, let's make brand new ones this time. Then let's go back to our polygon tool, polyline, and start making our line, holding shift, click. And let's have some of them go in front of our older buildings. You know, these buildings are closer, so let's try to start having larger size buildings. Just making the rectangles here a little bit bigger. Still holding shift this whole time. All right, and I'm off the page, then I can be a little bit sloppier. And just go back to the beginning and connect it just like so. And click this, and then let's make a darker one. Just take the border off. There you go. And that was a quick and easy setup for my buildings. Now the lights or the windows, you know, is the more detailed stuff, or putting like towers on these buildings, or I don't know, little things on the roof. All that stuff is the detail. So that's up to you. It doesn't have to be, you know, amazing, but you do need to have windows, and we do need to have something that is animated. So For this one, it could be clouds. We could put a bridge through here, and then we can animate cars going through, but all that stuff is in the detail. So for the first, like Monday, the first part, we're just getting it set up, and then tomorrow we'll do more for the details. But for this is looking good. I'll show it, put it on present so you can see it. So that's what it's looking like. It looks pretty good. Hopefully you have something like that. And if you do, great. And that's the end for this video.